Now we have two guests with us. We have Major Mohammed Ali Shah and Wing Commander Praful Bakshi with us. Good morning, gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Major Shah, sir, these China military drills happening in Taiwan, could this be like China planning to invade Taiwan?
Well, China will invade Taiwan. There is no doubt about that. But the golden question is when? Now or later on, after a few years, when? Now I will tell you, on 2nd January 2019, Xi Jinping had announced publicly that by a full program, a full plan, that by 2050 they will take over Taiwan. When China celebrates its 100 years. That by 2049 they would be celebrating the 100 years. Now the rate by which China was going, it appeared that only by 2027 or maximum by 2032 they will achieve its objective and they will get Taiwan. So let me explain this in such a manner, Shweta, for everyone to understand. Now, people who swim, if you jump from a diving board from top, when they look down in the swimming pool, they feel scared that, oh, should I jump now or not? That is exactly the same scenario with China. They've been waiting for the right moment to attack Taiwan. And they would have attacked Taiwan anytime. There was a lot of speculation that now that Russia has attacked Ukraine, what if China attacks Taiwan? It would become a very deadly scenario over there. Now what would happen? Now China was preparing to attack Taiwan. It had conducted its military exercises also earlier on the border. But a military exercise of this magnitude, it wasn't of this magnitude, of course. Now what's happened by Nancy Pelosi's visit, where China had warned against it, but let me tell you, now one was, her visit would be playing with fire. They had said, everyone had, in fact, White House had advised Nancy Pelosi. But that visit, I would perceive it as, it had preempted the attack which China would have done on Taiwan either ways, earlier. They've only delayed that program. Firstly, just call out China's bluff, that they are not as powerful as they project themselves. They have a lot of loopholes. They have a lot of... It's raining right now in Delhi. So if you hear the sound, the clouds which are thundering would not give rain. A cloud which is thundering will not give rain. Similarly, barking dogs seldom bite. China has been, I have come up with a new theory that because Napoleon Bonaparte once said China is such a dragon that it will eat any nation it wants to. I would say they're red in the face after Nancy Pelosi's visit. So why not rename them a red lizard instead of calling them a dragon? Why compliment them? Now, China, there is a lot of hue and cry. There was this ASEAN meeting as well. 10 nations, that time America, Japan, Australia on the sidelines. They spoke about, they have issued a strong message to China as well to stop their military exercise immediately, because not only the air traffic is being affected of the civil aviation, but as Wing Commander Praful Bakshi also rightly brought out, even the fisheries, even the coastal areas, they are being very, very badly affected. Now to name a few airlines, as you said earlier, Korean Air, the Asiana Air, the Singapore Airlines, they're all being either rerouted or they're being blocked. Again, in simple language, if we are going by road somewhere from a home to office and we see a traffic jam, we will take a U-turn, perhaps follow a GPS, reroute it, or or there's a trouble happening en route, we will not take a route. Same way, exactly the same way now this airline is having trouble. Now, a lot of people were also talking about how come, I'll give you one example. Just this morning, I am a member of a lot of these WhatsApp groups. So someone from the group mentioned that America, Japan, Australia sent out a message to China. India is also part of Quad. How come India? And I countered that and said, no, buddy. The problem is, it's not a Quad. It was an ASEAN meeting. On the sidelines, they came out with this. So it's got nothing to do with Quad at all. I will tell you, the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, the Japanese Foreign Minister Hashi Yoshima, they met in person and at Phnom Penh. And the margin of the 55th ASEAN, ASEAN Foreign Minister meeting, that's the time this was discussed. Since they had mentioned it on the sidelines, I would also like to say one thing on the sidelines, First time I'm seeing you anchoring. We have spoken on the phone when you have coordinated guests. I must compliment you on doing a brilliant job as an anchor. And with that, since you're doing a brilliant job, I hope China also comes to behave itself and they also now start coming on track with us.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Stay on with us as we move on to more China and Taiwan developments. So, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi played down the reports. So, as we can see that China has been warning US over the Taiwan issue. We have both of our guests with us, Major Shah and Wing Commander Bakshi. Major Shah, sir, what should US do now to mediate all these warnings that China is sending to US?
You know, China has made work easier for US right now, because I presume that these exercises are going to be stopping very, very soon. Also, Sri Lanka, there was a vessel, Wong 5, a surveillance vessel actually, which they were saying for research. It's a surveillance vessel which spies. Earlier also, in the last 8 years, in fact, in the last 4 years, 8 times, they have been trying to spy on India. So Sri Lanka has blocked that vessel. They are on India's protest, on India's objection on it. So Sri Lanka has said that no, the vessel will not come in our premise now. So there is already pressure exerted on China. So China would be ending that exercise very soon. So yes, what US warning has come to some effect. It has come to some change. And they've also said that China's actions are provocative, which they are. No one's going to tolerate that. So now if US wants, they can give a tight slap on them further. They can impose sanctions on them. They can attack them. They can do a lot. But they would not do anything of that sort. Why? Because when they, in Hindi, they say, no, agar ghee सीधी उंगली से ना निकले तो टेढ़ी उंगली से निकालते हैं. So they will not come to that. That उसकी नौबत नहीं आएगी. So they will actually, China will actually stop these silly, stupid stunts of theirs, these silly games, because the whole world is laughing at them. This is something which they had to do to save face. Again, in simple language, if I tell you, if someone has to hit someone, either you hit or you don't threaten, right? But you say, I'll hit you, I'll hit you, I'll hit you. And you come closer, you catch the person by the collar and you keep trying to scare the person. The person does not have the guts, the courage or the strength to go ahead and actually go ahead and mess with somebody else. So what US can do is, US can do a lot. They can cause a lot of damage to China, but then US would not do anything of that sort at the moment. At the moment, they will just wait and watch how China's actions turn out to be in the near future.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast and giving us your precious views and opinions.